My name is Grace Lee. I'm 18 and I go to Scripps Ranch High School. In my free time, I like to go running. I think it's very therapeutic and a good way to get rid of your stress if you do have any. Another thing that I like to do is listen to audiobooks while I'm running. So I've been playing piano since I was 5 years old, and it's been a really big part of my life, and I think that it's been a consistent thing that I love to enjoy and practice, and something that I've also gotten better at. It's a sort of personal development aspect of my life, and it brings harmony into my life as well. So growing up, Mandarin was my first language, and I had a difficult time learning English. So what I did and what I found helpful was going online and watching videos. And there's this one specific show I remember called Leapfrog the Letter Factory, and it's about this frog who learns how to put English letters together to form words, and I found that really helpful. I found that to this day, videos are a really good form of education for me. Before any test, before any important event, I tend to watch videos, for example, like a lecture video, and I found that was really powerful. And then one day I was tutoring this kid in physics, and I had to explain what an atom looked like, and he could not get it. And since you can't really comprehend an atom, right? And so what I did was I made a slideshow for him about like what the atom is and what the parts are, proton, neutron, electron, stuff like that. And then since it was virtual, I did a voice recording over it, and then I stitched it together, and then I sent it to him, and then it really helped him, and I think that's what gave me the first idea for a video book. And then at that time, I was working with Be the Change Foundation, and they were focused on sleep apnea. I decided to pitch the idea of doing video books for that purpose, so we had made a children's book. It was sort of like a fiction book about sleep apnea, bringing a little bit more light into that aspect. And then from then on, I also submitted my book about what is an atom. And then now the project has expanded, so it's now global, and we have over 250 student volunteer creators helping us making these video books. And I think it's really amazing to see how everyone brings in their ideas and their talents and their curiosities together to make these video books, and then share everything that they have learned with the youth. Creators are from as far as China to Iceland, and the time zone differences make it a little bit difficult to set up meetings, but at the end of the day, it's really cool to see people from everywhere. I think the most influential person in my life goes back to piano a little bit. When I was 5, I started, and I did switch piano teachers around until I found one that I really liked. And she was kind of world-renowned too, so I was kind of lucky to have her as a teacher and educator. But I think a couple years ago she passed away, and I was actually the lesson she taught. It was really heartbreaking, first of all, because she had been like a consistent person that I saw every week, and she taught me so much. But one specific thing that I really liked about her was that she was really colorful. So her studio was filled with colorful wallpaper, and every single day she would hand me a little cup of Skittles, and I would go on my day, and that's where I got my reward. So it was kind of like, oh, I accomplished something. And then when she passed away, that colorful, consistent vibrancy was gone. And then I had to like reflect. I had to figure out who I really was. I had to realize that life is short, and your legacy really depends on what you want to do. So what you make it and what you want to put out into the world, that's what your legacy is going to be. I thought to myself, like, what am I doing? What do I want to do? And I think that really that self-reflection made me realize that I want to immerse, engage, and really make the biggest impact that I can on this society, because all of us have the potential, all of us have the passion and the skills and talent to make some change in the world. And I truly think that if we immerse, engage, and be more colorful, then we can make the impact. I think that ironically, immersing, engaging, and connecting with the world means you're pretty busy. So what I do have is a color-coded Apple calendar that I find my pride and joy. It's my pride and joy. And also, a funny thing about it is it's color coded. Like, it's really bright and vibrant, so it sort of like connects back to my piano teacher as well. I think that overcoming it wasn't really like becoming too busy to think about it, but it was like becoming busy and knowing that you have something you're working for in the same way my piano teacher did work for her job and work for her legacy. And I think that was like how I overcame it, because it was comforting and it was inspiring to me as well. Because knowing that I wasn't just sitting there and doing nothing, and I was really trying my best, really pushed me forward. I joined Scripps Ranch Debate as a freshman in 2019, and I wasn't that engaged. I learned and I tried my best. Throughout my time there, I started going to competitions. I started to learn ways of public speaking, learn ways to support opinions, all that debate jazz. But then I worked my way up, and so I'm now president. So junior year I was president, and this year I'm president once again. And it's been really inspiring to, first of all, work my way up, but most importantly, watch the kids that I am mentoring right now grow up and grow again just like I did. So that was really inspiring. Freshman year, I think I was shy. I wasn't really that outgoing. I wasn't willing to put myself out of my comfort zone. And then as I put myself in the position where I had to speak and argue and stand up for myself in my position in debate, I learned to argue, and I gained the confidence that I do have now, and it has made me the person I am today. Essentially, I am a research assistant at UCSD Laboratory of Gene Regulation in the Cellular Molecular Medicine department. I'm basically just being an assistant to a postdoc, so she's doing research on gene regulation, and obviously I don't have like the full capabilities that she has, but it's really cool and really amazing. It's an amazing opportunity. I get to go in and help her with her experiments. I get to do the cell culture, the PCR, the Western blot, and I do get to learn something. And I believe that you learn some things in the classroom to some extent, but you can't really learn everything unless you actually engage and unless you actually go in person and do it for yourself. And I think that's something that the UCSD as the research assistant position has helped me do. I think that in terms of advice, I would say that, well, first of all, I think my Youthpedia project, it wasn't like I did something out of nothing. There's videos. I know that I like Netflix. I know that I watch YouTube. I know that videos are a reliable source of education. All you have to do is put yourself into that position, put yourself into those shoes, and actually take the step. So I think that's one piece of advice. I think you need to take the step. Don't limit yourself, because at the end of the day, there's everything around you, your environment, you can take from it and give back. Even if you don't have something that you're passionate about, something that you can do, you can always reach out. You can always try to engage in something new. I never knew debate. I never thought I was going to debate in high school, and I did it. I never thought I was going to be a research assistant in biology, and I reached out. So at the end of the day, it's important to not limit yourself and always, always, always engage, immerse, and interact with the world. This coming fall, I plan on attending the California Institute of Technology, also known as Caltech. I plan on majoring in bioengineering, and in the future, my plan is to start a biotech company, and I think that it's a good way to give back, because at the end of the day, not everyone can take the knowledge of biology and engineering, combine it, make it into a product, and save some lives. And if I have the opportunity to do that, if I have the resources to do that, I'm going to. So that's my plan.